It's cooking with Cuisinart. Great recipes from master chefs. Now, one of America's greatest chefs, Hubert Keller from Fleur de Lis in San Francisco and Las Vegas, the Burger Bar in Las Vegas and St. Louis, and Sleek Steakhouse in St. Louis. And now, today's recipe.
Well, white rice is usually more expensive than white rice, but it's worth it on spending the money because it's a rice has definitely more flavor, has kind of a nutty, rich flavor, and also the texture is a little different. It's more like a chewy texture, but I think today I'm going to make it even more special. I'm adding some shiitake mushrooms and some toasted pecans. It's going to be exceptional. So over here I have both rices here. I have the one which is uncooked, and you can see how long and nice the black rice is. And here I have it cooked. I cooked it for about an hour in some water with a little bit of salt in it, and you can see the rice actually opens up and blooms. So that's the texture, that's the look we're looking for the wild rice. Now over here I have some toasted pecans. Those pecans have been toasted in a pan with a little bit of butter, and I will transfer those pecans in the food processor and I will chop them up. So that's basically the first step. I'm just going to chop them up very quickly. Just a couple on and offs, really. I want to still have a little bit of chunky. I don't want to have it too fine. So I'm just going to put that one back in the pan. And then as other ingredients here, I have some onions and some celery. So we'll actually put those into the work bowl and just going to chop it up also. And it's very important that you're giving all these pulses on and off, so that means it really mixes evenly and also has a better result. It chops it more evenly also. So once we are here, I'm just going to remove that, put it over here, and now let me open up the skillet. And what I will be doing here now is I add some butter into it. So I put it up on high heat, put the butter in here, and another element here are shiitake mushrooms. So I just slice those shiitake mushrooms and going to add those to the butter. And it's kind of a stir fry here we're doing with the rice, so it makes it very exciting. I'm just going to add now all the ingredients that I have in my bowl, and I just add it to the butter. Okay, I'm going to mix it nicely and start on cooking it off until all those elements are nice and tender. Very important that when you're cooking off the onions and the celery, always be very careful, especially at the edge of the pan, that your onions are not burning. Even there would be a little bit of them that would burn up. Really, you have to remove it. Try to remove it. The pan is big enough, so it's easy to remove it, because if you would just stir them in there, definitely the bitterness will show at the end of your rice dish. And then basically all the money you would have spent on doing the rice would be wasted by overcooking or burning the onions. So it's very important. All right, so now here all the vegetables are nice and tender. Now I'm adding the pecans in it. All right, so we put the pecans. All right, and then once I'm going to stir in the pecans, so again that nutty flavor is really going to come out. And right after I'm stirring in the rice. All right, so you see how nice and delicious that is, and you can actually hear the rice sizzling in there. And I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. And that's basically a dish that just takes a few minutes actually once you have the rice cooked. So very easy to put together. And basically it goes from the pan straight to the table. And also there's so much moisture in the rice that when you can see you put it back in there, it really comes nicely together. So the whole idea, when the rice goes in it, the only thing is to make sure the rice is hot and the dish is ready. And also what sometimes you could do just for the fun of it, you could have half black rice cooked and then you can have the white rice also cooked, and you can just play by putting both together. So it just creates another little effect and maybe a little bit less expensive also. We're just gonna turn off the heat because my rice is ready, and we're gonna start plating. I think it's a beautiful steered rice, and it's ready to be served. We're just gonna garnish it a little bit with some greens. So we're really gonna tie that whole plate together, and the flour is a perfect steered rice. So don't be afraid to spend extra money on the wild rice. It's definitely worth it. It tastes delicious, and the shiitakes and pecans just tying the whole dish together.